Hi guys, and thanks for joining me today. I am so excited to share this recipe video with you. I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade ice cream. Now you can make it dairy-free or you can make it with regular milk. It tastes great either way. Now I've been making this recipe for many years now, and it is super easy and very simple to make and very delicious. You probably have most of the ingredients already on hand. Now this isn't like traditional ice cream with the creamy texture like ice cream with heavy whipping cream and stuff like that. It's more like iced milk. It's still very delicious, and let's get started. Here's what you'll need. You will need 4 cups of any kind of milk that you would like. You can use dairy milk or non-dairy milk, it doesn't really matter. If you don't have a dairy allergy, then whole milk is probably the best option just because it's a little bit creamier than 2% or low fat or non-fat or something like that, but you can definitely use whatever you'd like. Here, to keep this recipe dairy-free, I am using cashew milk. This is very creamy, it's a little creamier than almond milk, and it's a really good substitute for dairy. In the past, I've also made this with coconut almond milk blend, and that is a really good flavor combination. But cashew milk is my newest favorite find, and that's what I'm going to be using in this recipe. You'll also need 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now this next step is completely optional. I'm going to actually be using some raw sugar, so it's a lot coarser than regular white sugar, so I don't want my ice cream to be grainy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to heat it up in my saucepan with the milk and cocoa powder to just dissolve everything so it's a very smooth consistency and texture. If you're just using regular white sugar, you don't have to do this. It might be a little bit grainy, but you know, you can do this still if you want. So I'm going to add probably about half or so of my milk into my saucepan here, and then I'm just going to turn it on medium heat. Now I don't want to boil it, I don't want to burn it, I don't want to get it super hot. I'm just going to slowly heat it and stir it consistently as it is heating up, so that way the granules can melt. And I'm going to also add my cocoa powder, and I'm going to go ahead and just whisk this together until it is all melted and fully incorporated. Now another option to add into this recipe, which I did this last night, I experimented with it and it came out really good. I added a 1/2 tablespoon of decaf instant coffee granules. I added it in there so it could you know, melt in there and get all incorporated in there, and oh, it just gave it a wonderful flavor. I'm not going to be adding that this time because I just did that last night and I just want chocolate this time, but that is definitely something you can add and it really tastes good. You want to continually be whisking this so the sugar doesn't stick on the bottom, and it also helps that cocoa powder to incorporate in there and get all dissolved. So as this is heating up, I'm going to periodically just check with a spoon, and I can see, I don't know if you can tell, but I can see the granules of sugar in there have not completely dissolved yet. So I'm just going to continue to stir this and keep an eye on it until they're dissolved. I can now see that all my sugar has completely dissolved. So I'm going to go ahead and shut my stove off. So that only took just a few minutes, and it's not very hot, it's just warm. So like I said, this step is completely optional. You can just mix your ingredients, or if you want to melt everything together and make it really smooth, you can go ahead and do this part of the saucepan. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to pour it into a container. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my milk. And the reason being is this is warm and this is cold, so I want to go ahead and cool this mixture down a little bit. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add my 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And just give that a quick stir. Now you could just move on right now to start making your ice cream, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick this in the refrigerator just for a couple hours to just chill it. I've done it both ways. It seems to work a little bit better when it is very much chilled in the refrigerator, and this is earlier in the day and I'm going to be making it later, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in the refrigerator right now. So my mixture is all chilled and I'm ready to make my ice cream, and I have this Cuisinart ice cream maker. Now it has this bowl here that you can keep in the freezer, and it's got some sort of a liquid in here so you don't need any rock salt or ice or anything like that. I just always keep this in my deep freeze for making ice cream at the last minute, so I don't have to remember to put it in there. I just always keep that in there. It's easiest for me. I love this, works great and makes wonderful ice cream. Now if you don't have one of these, You can actually just freeze your liquid in ice cube trays and then stick it in your blender, maybe reserving a little bit of the liquid just to kind of help it flow through the blender a little bit better. You can definitely do that. It would taste just as good. It would be a little bit different consistency than with this machine. But I've had this for almost 7 years now, and it's wonderful. Absolutely love it. So I'm just going to turn it on, and then I'm going to pour my mixture in there. Going for about 20 minutes, and it is finished. It looks really good. As you can see, it's frozen pretty good in there. And I'm just going to dish some of this up. And here you have homemade ice cream. I hope you give this recipe a try. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.